Hey everyone, welcome back to First-Hand Globetrotting. As travelers, timing isn't a huge issue for most of our trips. The sights and the cities are going to be there no matter when we show up. Sometimes you have to do a little planning to make sure your trip happens during a festival or that you go during the right season. But today, I was lucky enough to get to experience something really rare and incredibly difficult to plan for. I happened to be in Washington, D.C. when their National Hockey League team, the Washington Capitals, won the championship, the Stanley Cup. So to celebrate, they put on a huge parade in downtown D.C. right near the National Mall. And since I was there, I had to go see it, right? I got there early, about an hour and a half before the parade, and there was already a huge crowd there. The team's been around for 44 years and hasn't won before, so as you'd expect, the fans were pretty fired up. I managed to get a really great spot up on the steps of the National Archives, so I had a clear view of the road down below. The crowd was super excited, and even the police were having fun. You can see them out there throwing towels into the crowd, leading cheers, and generally making things fun for everyone while they waited for the parade to start. Even the DC Chief of Police stopped by to join in the fun, definitely not something you see too often. By the time the parade started, there was barely any room left along the parade route. They estimated around 100,000 people showed up. It was pretty packed where I was. The parade started with some pretty standard parade stuff. There were police on horseback leading the way, followed by some other police on motorbikes and a fire engine, all the type of things you'd expect to see in a US parade. The first musical part we got was a marching band. The music definitely seemed to make the crowd cheer even louder. Part of that is because right behind the marching band were the first players. They were just running along the parade route, cheering with the fans and having a great time. One thing I noticed is the players were pretty spaced out on the parade. There were a few buses with players on them, but there were a lot of other buses and cars with just regular people that no one recognized. And of course, every now and then you'd see a corporate mascot like the Geico Gecko or the Budweiser horses. I guess they must have paid a lot of money to sponsor the parade. But you could tell when the players were coming because the crowd would go wild, especially when it was one of the superstar players. There was another marching band mixed in, plus some bagpipers adding some music of their own, so overall it had everything I expected a parade to have. And then, because it's hockey, you knew there were going to be some Zambonis in the parade, right? And of course, the team mascot made an appearance, Slapshot. He had to make sure the crowd was fully pumped up before the Stanley Cup arrived. And it wasn't long before the cup made its appearance. Definitely the loudest cheer of the day, hoisted up in the air by the captain, Alexander Ovechkin. This was what everyone came for, so obviously they kept the best for last. After 44 long years, this is what the fans really wanted to see. Overall, a really great parade. The weather was great, I had a great view, and the crowd was the most excited I've ever seen a parade crowd. They were cheering through the whole thing and just having the time of their lives. It doesn't get much better than being on the steps of the National Archive with the National Mall in front of you, the US Capitol to your left, and thousands of super excited fans all around you. It was my first time going to a championship parade, but I hope I'm lucky enough to be in the right city at the right time again. Thanks everyone for watching. Even if you aren't from DC or a sports fan, hopefully it was still fun to see what a Stanley Cup parade is all about. And don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, leave a comment, leave a Go Caps Go cheer, and of course, click the subscribe button down below. On Instagram, I'm First-Hand Globetrotting. On Twitter, I'm First-Hand Globe, so make sure to follow me on there. And don't forget, it's an incredible world out there, so pick up your passport and do some first-hand globetrotting of your own.